Today's class is Ophthalmia neonatorum. Ophthalmia neonatorum. It is the name given to bilateral inflammation of the conjunctiva occurring in an infant less than 30 days old. It is a preventable disease usually occurring as a result of carelessness at the time of birth. As a matter of fact, any discharge or even watering from the eyes in the first week of life should arouse suspicion of ophthalmia neonatorum, as the tears are not formed till then. Etiology of ophthalmia neonatorum. Source and mode of infection. Infection may occur in three ways: before birth, during birth, or after birth. First one, before birth. Before birth, infection is very rare through the infected liquor amnion in mothers with ruptured membranes. Second one, during birth. It is the most common mode of infection from the infected birth canal, especially when the child is born with face presentation or with forceps. Third one, after birth. Infection may occur during first bath of newborn or from soiled clothes or fingers with infected lochia. Causative agents. First one, chemical conjunctivitis. It is caused by silver nitrate or antibiotics used for prophylaxis. Silver nitrate is used in olden days for the prophylactic purpose. Second one, gonococcal infection. Gonococcal infection was considered a serious disease in the past, as it is used to be responsible for 50% of blindness in children. But recently, the decline in incidence of gonorrhea as well as effective methods of prophylaxis and treatment have almost eliminated it in developed countries. Third one, other bacterial infections. Other bacterial infections responsible for ophthalmia neonatorum are Staphylococcus aureus, Streptococcus hemolyticus, and Streptococcus pneumoniae. Fourth one, neonatal inclusion conjunctivitis caused by serotype D to K of Chlamydia trachomatis is the commonest cause of ophthalmia neonatorum in developed countries. Fifth one, herpes simplex ophthalmia neonatorum. It is a rare condition caused by herpes simplex 2 virus. Clinical features. Incubation period. It varies depending on the type of the causative agents as shown below. Causative agents and incubation period. First one, chemical agent. Incubation period is 6 hours. Second one, gonococcal infection. Incubation period 4 days. Third one, other bacterial infections. Incubation period 5 days. Fourth one, neonatal inclusion conjunctivitis. Incubation period is 21 days. Fifth one, herpes simplex infection. Incubation period is 15 days. Symptoms and signs of ophthalmia neonatorum. The first sign is pain and tenderness in the eyeball. Second one, conjunctival discharge. It is purulent in gonococcal ophthalmia neonatorum and mucoid or mucopurulent in other bacterial cases and neonatal inclusion conjunctivitis. In the picture, you can see the mucopurulent discharge which is caused by gonococcal infection. The other symptoms include lids are usually swollen in infective cases. Eyelids and periauricular vesicles may occur in herpes simplex virus infection. Conjunctiva may show hyperemia and chemosis. There might be mild papillary response in neonatal inclusion conjunctivitis and herpes simplex ophthalmia neonatorum. Corneal involvement, though rare, may occur in the form of superficial punctate keratitis, especially in herpes simplex ophthalmia neonatorum. Complications. Untreated cases, especially of gonococcal ophthalmia neonatorum, may develop corneal ulceration, which may perforate rapidly, resulting in corneal opacification or staphyloma formation. Treatment. Prophylactic treatment is always better than curative. So first we will discuss about the prophylactic measures. A. Prophylactic needs antenatal, natal and postnatal care. First one, antenatal measures. Antenatal measures include thorough care of mother and treatment of genital infections when suspected. Second one, natal measures. Natal measures are of utmost importance as mostly infection occurs during childbirth. Deliveries should be conducted under hygienic conditions, taking all antiseptic measures. The newborn baby's closed lids should be thoroughly cleansed and dried. Third one, postnatal measures. Baby's lids should be thoroughly cleansed and dried. In the past, 1% of silver nitrate solution was put in the eyes of the babies immediately after birth, and this was called Crude's method. This was the common cause for chemical ophthalmia neonatorum. Second one, curative treatment. As a rule, conjunctival cytology samples and culture sensitivity swabs should be taken before starting the treatment. Chemical ophthalmia neonatorum is a self-limiting condition and does not require any treatment. Gonococcal ophthalmia neonatorum needs prompt treatment to prevent complications. Tropical therapy should include saline lavage hourly till the discharge is eliminated. Other medicinal treatment also should be given to prevent complications. Homeopathic medicines are very effective in the treatment of ophthalmia neonatorum. This is from Ken's Repertory, chapter I, under that rubric, inflammation. Under that you can see sub-rubric gonorrheal and infants. Based on this, you can prepare an assignment of therapeutics of ophthalmia neonatorum. Thank you for listening. See you in the next class.